You know, our vision will not change, which is to be the best program in the state of Missouri. I mean, we're going to be successful because of the way that we practice, the way that we work, the way that we play, and that's what's going to make folks proud at the end of the day, and that's why we play football. Anyway, we got great kids, man, and that's probably the best part of this whole thing. Play the very best that we can play, no matter who we play, because at the end of the day, that's what we're supposed to do, is give our best, regardless of who we're playing, and I thought our kids did that. And, you know, you have no idea how much it helps the kids, you know, when the fans are behind them and the students are into it, you know, so I just ask that they show up and let's be ready to go. You know what, I mean, if you approach life from the standpoint of, I want to be the very best I can be today and don't worry about tomorrow and don't worry about yesterday, you know, it kind of works itself out. I mean, they're coaching their butts off every single day, every single minute to put the best product they can put out there. And we're going to have kids that are going to compete. Like, they're going to go out there and compete their butts off, you know, and sometimes that's good enough, sometimes it's not. But what we have to do is do the fundamental things that's good for us, and that's hang on to the ball, try to have some big plays, be good in special teams. You know, like the objectives that it takes to win football, that's what we're working on every single day. Anybody that's ever been a competitor loves to compete. You know, like I can't wait for them to get in there, you know, and let's see how our kids perform.
Nixa Football! Are you ready to fight? Flip on the lights! It's Friday night!
And a good evening, Nixa football fans and everybody here at Big Whiskey's. Welcome to week 2 of the Nixa Touchdown Club Coaches Show! Well, we are excited to be here. Of course, we will get into what happened in Joplin coming up in just a few minutes and talking with Coach Wells. Also, guests tonight, we have Coach Nelson and 2 of our football players. Some big boys, Coach. We got some big fellas, Schulte and Brower, so they'll be with us tonight. And we'll talk to them coming up in just a few minutes. Hey, we can't do these shows without sponsors. And a big thanks to Jenkins CPA, Heather Jenkins, Vance Jenkins, alumni of the Nixa football program and the Nixa schools. Heather is a member of the Academic Hall of Fame. Vance is a long way from a member of the Academic Hall of Fame. But we love him anyway, a longtime supporter. You know, they have a lot of companies over there. They have Exposed Marketing. They have Express Tax. And, of course, if you need CPA services, think outside the block. Think about Jenkins CPA. Also, big friend, or fan of our host here tonight, Big Whiskies. You guys enjoying dinner tonight? Well, make sure you tip your waiters and waitresses and tip them well, all right? And, of course, they provide a couple of free meals for our star athletes tonight and our coaches who are on the show. So we really appreciate Big Whiskies for stepping up, and we have some other gifts for our players coming up a little bit later. And then a new sponsor we have this year, and it's kind of how we welcome everybody into the program, and that's how we're going to welcome Coach Wells to the show tonight. And that's sponsored by Greg's Lawnmower Service. It's located right here in Nixa, just south or due to the north of Harder House. And, of course, I'm telling you, I talked about it last week. I got my chainsaw out again, and it's working like a charm thanks to him. And he does lawnmower repair, small engine repair. The bad news is he gets to see my John Deere now because last night I got done mowing. Started it up, wouldn't start back up, so it's sitting outside the garage. It's going to be hauled over to Greg's lawnmower shop in the near future and see if I can get my John Deere back up and running again. But if you need repair service, please reach out to Greg. His daughters have been in band, cheerleading. He's a supporter of Nixa football. He goes to almost every game that's out there. And, you know, and I don't know if a lot of people know this, he lives really close to the high school, so he can hear everything that's happening over at Nixa High School. So we really appreciate Greg for sponsoring tonight's show. And, of course, if you're interested in sponsoring the Nixa Touchdown Club, we can still make that happen this year. We have plenty of opportunities. We can do commercials, live reads, whatever works best for your business. We have a lot of people watching this show each and every week, and this will also show your support. We don't make any money. Coach calls us up and says, hey, we need ice cream bought. We buy it. You guys need thermoses or mugs. Yep. We try to make that happen, and we are an alumni group that supports the Nixa football program working with the Nixa Athletic Booster Club. So please consider sponsoring this show. We could use a few more sponsors to help our program. All right, Coach, here it is. Of course, we already wrote the score on the new fancy Signorama Coaches Show board, and we know what the score was, 25-28.
Yep.
It was a tough game, but man, we had some good offense. Give me your thoughts and feelings about what went down Joplin Friday night.
Well, as Coach Perry always says, you either win or you learn. And so we've gone back, we've watched some of the film, and we're definitely going to take this one and learn from it. And, we had some things that obviously you never, planned for and stuff that happened throughout the game. But overall, super proud of our guys and the way that they responded through most of the game. And, we're just a couple plays away from winning that thing.
Well, Coach, we know we had one of our star athletes that went down, and I guess he went to the doctor today, Ramon Greens, who we're referring to, and it had a big impact on the game. First, give us an update on Ramon, and then we can talk about how him not being in the game affected your game plan.
I haven't talked to Ramon today, but I do know that he went and saw the surgeon today, and we think of that as probably a broken collarbone, which would probably be about a 6 to 8 week recovery on that, but not really sure exactly on that. So, like I said, I haven't spoke with him today, and I'll probably shoot him a text later tonight.
Well, we hate that for any of our athletes or anybody to get hurt in the game of football, but it is a part of what happens in this sport. So what did you guys do as a coaching staff to adapt quickly to get this game, keep it moving forward?
Well, honestly, the kids just kind of next guy up, and Kaysen jumped in there, and he was ready to take the load. And we went in at halftime, made a couple of little adjustments of what we needed to do, and kind of work on some different things in some of the screen game and who we wanted to put in there in those situations. And Rylan Michelle was one of those. Had a great run off one of our little screens that we put in. He's not been in the backfield all year, and we got to talking at halftime, and I said, hey, let's. He's used to being in the backfield. He's an old quarterback, and I said, let's do this. And Coach Perry was all for it, and I think he had about a 17 or 18-yard gain after that. So
we had Case and
well.
Hammond. Of course, Knitzel came in, took over as the quarterback as you moved McCracken out to a different position, basically. He did play a little QB throughout the rest of the game.
He did. We have some packages, and we'll continue to have some packages with Austin at quarterback. And Connor came in and did a fantastic job. Had a couple misreads where he knows now, when we went over on the sideline that he knew that he had the wrong read and went to the wrong guy. But, hey, I'm super proud of that dude. This was his first varsity start against
look at this one right here, Coach.
Yeah, number 4 team in the state. And so he did really, really well.
Knitzel, 312 yards in the air, 2 touchdown passes. Cale Combs, second varsity game of his life.
Yeah.
And he has 241 yards in the air the other night.
Yeah, we actually had a couple. I told my wife when I went home, I said, hey, you're going to know what the first 4 plays are. And I said, we're taking shots on all 4. We're rolling these kids in. And, we go for, about 45, 50 on the very 45 on the first play, and actually kind of ran out of room to go deep again with it, and just missed with the throw and threw Jordan out of bounds on that one. But just from us watching film, and you can see right there in that shot how the corners were playing inside leverage, and their rears were turned to the sideline. We knew that our guys could get past them, and so we were going to go big first 4 plays and hopefully score on one of the early ones.
It was actually pretty impressive to watch and watching how they were connecting. Of course, again, Joplin's a tough team. There's no doubt about it. A couple things go differently in that second or that fourth quarter. We don't go 3 and out, and we get a first down. I think we could drive down the field and get another score. I mean, we just had a bad series there that gave them the football back and allowed them to have a chance to score. Yeah, and we probably, in the red zone, there were a couple times that we may have, probably should have gone with what we call our freaks groups. Freaks are us, and we went with that heavy Freaks
package.
Are us. Okay.
So
if you remember the Freaks Are Us, please make some noise in here tonight. Nobody's in here.
Those guys are sitting
there.
Back
They are.
there.
I was gonna say, I know they're in here.
They're in here. So we have a little package that we run with those guys, and maybe should have gone to that. In the red zone a couple times. So we had a couple trips just inside the red zone that we didn't convert, and that's one of our objectives to make sure that we convert in the red zone.
Well, I'm actually excited about this game. I don't like the outcome of it, but I like how we adapted well. We adjusted, utilized more than just running. Normally we're seeing 100 plus yards per game in a running game. We only ended up with a 54 yards, but a 4.2 average, so that's good.
Yeah, I was looking at our stats and just going through on Saturday morning, going through everything, and until Ramon had gotten hurt, he was clicking off about 4 and 5 yards a carry, and that's really good.
Yeah.
And so
of course,
then
defense. I think the defense did well. I mean, they gave up a couple big plays themselves, but we had a turnover as well, and they kept you in the ball game.
They did. They did a really good job. Our defense does a fantastic job. They're going to learn from this too. They'll make some adjustments this week on their defensive package, and the quarterback that they have, just phenomenal athlete. I think his speed kind of caught our guys a little off guard. He was a little bit faster, I think, than what they thought, and some of our angles were bad. But we let him out of the pocket a few times. But with an athlete like that, that's going to happen.
All right, Coach, before we move on to the offensive line coach, and I'm going to have you introduce him in just a minute, give me your best Coach Perry impersonation, as he's down in Mississippi tonight visiting his Granbury. But I want to see Coach Wells do a Coach Perry impersonation.
Man.
Does anybody else want to see Coach Wells do a
Put me on the spot.
Coach Perry impression?
All right, here it is. Ha ha!
All right, that's what he's got. All right, so special. You played quarterback. You were a special. A skilled position, but we know as quarterbacks and running backs, you cannot perform at the level you need to perform without an offensive line. Tell us a little bit about your offensive line coach and a little bit of background on him before we have him come up after break.
Okay, our offensive line coach is Kyle Nelson. He is a Lebanon product. We've got a little bit of connection because that's where I started my career. Spent the first 5 years of my career there. He has been through, coached or played under another Nixa product, which is Will Christian, who's the head coach there. And Will has rolled through several really good offensive linemen. And Kyle claims that he's the best that they've ever had up there in his time. And so he's joined us. This is your 5th year here, 5th year with us. And a lot of people don't know, but when Coach Stock was out a year ago with a neck injury and stuff, he kind of stepped in and took over, and I thought he did a fantastic job with the guys. And last year he'd moved over to the defensive line. He's come back. He's come back over to the good side. Sorry, defensive guys. He's come back over to the good side. He's doing a really good job for us, and I think our offensive line guys really respect him.
All right, very good. Well, join us right after this break, and we'll be right back here with the Nixa Touchdown Club Coaches Show. Big round of applause to our offensive coordinator, Nixa alumni, Nixa Touchdown member, Coach Aaron Wells. We'll be back right after this.
I appreciate the school system and everything and making this vision come reality. I'm extremely proud of it, of the team, of Price Cutter and everybody here. It's been a vision of mine for a long time, living in the community. My son and daughter go to school here, and so I've had this vision. I attend all the games, football, basketball, track, soccer, and so I'm a big local Nixa guy. My wife graduated from school here, and so I've had this vision and idea, and so I finally put it in action and went and talked to Zach, and we had some great meetings, and our vision was aligned, and here we are today.
This is awesome because this has been a dream of both Nixa, the school district, and also Price Cutter, just to have this opportunity to have a place where everybody in Nixa can come in a central location and get their Nixa gear. Not everybody can watch the football games, and we don't have all this stuff always at a game, so this is a great time for them to come, shop a local Nixa business, and also pick up their Nixa Eagle gear. Parents that want to come pick out stuff with their kids, grandparents that want to swing by and grab something on their way to a game, they have a central location.
Price Cutter has been such a strong sponsor for Nixa Athletics, just Nixa schools as a whole. You know, they've been great to work with the company, and also Rob Marsh, who now manages that store. And so Rob's always been first in line, whatever we need to help us out. So we were excited to be able to partner with them and make this happen. With that sponsorship, they do share the profits with us on it, so that goes right back to us and being able to support all of our athletics and activities.
We made sure that we catered to a little bit of everybody, sizes, and we've even got youth and kids, and all the way up for adults. Nixa is a big sports community, as you're well aware, and we want to make sure we have something for everyone.
And we're just getting started. So right now you'll see a lot of t-shirts, but you'll see it as expand to even more different products. So we're really excited just to keep bringing more and more things that our community wants to show their Eagle spirit.
Well, welcome back, everybody, to the Nixa Touchdown Club Coaches Show, and it's a good show so far. Please welcome our guest, Coach Kyle Nelson. Coach, I got to know, what did you get you something to eat from Big Whiskey's here?
Of course I did. I had a cheeseburger, spot on, pretty fantastic.
Yeah,
Good stuff.
It's good. Good cheeseburgers are good. I love how they provide the coaches that are on the show that week a free meal, and of course our players too. So we appreciate our Big Whiskey's crew here tonight. Well, Coach, you know we heard from Coach Wells about what it took, what happened at Joplin, right? Which were some positive things that came out. I mean, come on, I was watching some of these clips that are on here. And you guys were given a lot of time to the quarterbacks to execute their plays. So how do you prepare for a game when you're going up a tough opponent like Joplin?
You know, heading into the game, I felt like we had a really good game plan dialed up for the way they align. You know, we were going to attack. If you see right there, you can see a big bubble. We were going to attack that bubble, and we had some plays drawn up. We never got to get into those plays, you know, due to the injury occurring so early. So our guys immediately, you know, we talked on the sideline. If you look after every series, you'll see the guys go over to the TV. We all sit down and we talk and we go through every play and, you know, just talk about, you know, their alignment, how we're doing on the play, stuff like that. We made the adjustment, and I was like, guys, we're gonna be throwing the ball. I was like,
yeah.
we've got to give the quarterback time. And I thought our guys really stepped up and did a really good job pass blocking. Every defensive lineman Joplin had was a returning starter. They were all seniors. One of them was an all-state selection, number 65 there, and our guys held up really well. I was very proud of them.
Well, I was watching some of the plays, and, you know, and Kale's fast, but how long do you need to hold that line in order to, or how much time do you need to provide that quarterback in order for Kale to get deep like that?
So that varies. I tell the offensive linemen we need 4 seconds. You know, Coach Perry says if we don't have the ball out in 2 seconds, we're wrong. You know, there's a couple of those. We're getting towards 3.5, 4 seconds. You know, but if we can keep them clean for 3 seconds, the ball's out, and, you know, usually we have some good results if we can do that.
You know, I paused it here. I want to take a moment. We're going to interview a couple of your offensive linemen here tonight, but take a moment here. I don't know if you know which players are exactly on the field, but on a normal starter setup, go left to right here for me and tell me who's on this offensive line.
Okay, so our right tackle right there that you can see, that is Sam Brower. He is a returning starter, all COC guy. Our right guard is Tom Schulte. He is a returning starter as well. Those two together, anytime they are asked to double team, there's going to be some people moving, right? They're going to put the D lineman right in the linebacker's lap, which is what we ask them to do. They do a great job. Our center is also a returning starter. That is Garrett Davidson. He does a fantastic job. You know,
is he a junior?
He is a junior.
Yeah.
And, you know, consistently every week he has one of the top grades out of our group. Our left guard is a new-to-us lineman. He played D-line for us all year last year, did a really nice job, you know, but we needed someone big that could pull, and I told Coach Perry, I said, you give me Landon Carson. I said, we're going to be really good up front. And he made it happen. I don't know what he bribed the defensive guys with, but I got him over from the defensive side. And then left tackle, we've had 2 different starters in 2 different games. There's some really strong competition going on for that spot. And both of the guys have just battled all summer long.
Right.
The first game we had Tony Lenardi. He started, got a little sick at the beginning of last week, had some sinus stuff, missed a practice, and Cho stepped in. Ethan Cho, he is a sophomore. He stepped in, and he played really, really well. Like, every week, it's a toss-up. Right now, Cho's got the spot, but you know, the other guys
that's 2 good
every
options.
single
That's
day.
2 good options. Somebody
Very
gets
good
hurt
options.
or
Yes.
needs a breather or something happens, you've got somebody that's ready to step in that's got significant amount of playing time.
No doubt, no doubt. Either one of them could start on any offensive line and, you know, do a great job. We're just very fortunate that we have both of them. And, you know, they've both bought into the process, and neither one of them have, you know, just folded it in. which a lot of times, somebody beats you out, you kind of, okay, they got the job.
Right.
Neither one of them's doing it. Like, they're battling every day for that spot.
Yeah. Is that a tight end set? It looks like it is.
That is a tight end. That is Jaden Antonelli. He's a sophomore playing tight end there.
Good.
He bounces back and forth from that tight end spot, and he also plays some DN for us. And he is an impact player on both sides of the ball.
Well, Coach, one thing that I've noticed this year, really this year more than I have probably in the years in the past, we've got some size on the front line.
No doubt.
Do you know what your average?
Okay, so with Tony Lenardi in there, our average weight across the front with those 5 guys is 302.
Wow.
And with Cho in there, it goes down a little bit. With
But that's
Cho,
still
I'd say
pretty
we're
good.
probably around 280 if I had to guess.
So what is it? What do you do differently, or what do you do that's fun with the guys? I mean, we saw what Wick Ward does with that Mafia group, and we heard about the Freaks R Us group, right? What does the offensive line consist of?
So every week you'll see one of the offensive linemen be one of the first guys out of the tunnel, and they're carrying a trench gang flag. So they've kind of labeled themselves the trench gang, and they take pride on being nasty and just whipping the guys across from them.
Yeah.
And they do a really good job of it. Anytime there's a pancake block, take a second and look over at the TV this week. Anytime there's a pancake block, I can't get the guys to sit back down. Like, they get up, they start hooping and hollering while we're watching the replay. Like, all right, we got to move on. Sit down. A great block, good job, let's move on. So they get really excited, and they take a lot of pride in it.
We changed laptops tonight, which we lost our font, so everything looks a little skewed up there. But we've got a couple seniors coming in here, Sam Brower and Thomas Schulte. You talked about them just a little bit. Tell me something that really stands out character-wise about these two players.
Both of them, their work ethic is second to none. Sam, his effort, every play, even in practice. Coach Perry challenged us coaches to grade our players' effort in practice. And Sam, his effort on every single play, he didn't get marked off a single point in practice, which is awesome. And then Tom Schulte's like having an offensive line coach out on the field. He, he's constantly coaching up the young guys that haven't had a ton of experience. A lot of times, like, I'll see them, like, their hand placement's wrong, and I'm getting ready to say something to them, and Tom's already talking to them.
Yeah.
And I just let them,
Yeah.
They learn more from each other than they do from me. So, it's awesome having him. And I told him he's got a future in coaching if he wants one, without a doubt. He's a great kid. They're both awesome kids.
Very good. Guys, give a round of applause for our offensive line coach, Coach Nelson. When we come back after this message, we're going to hear from these two seniors and find out what they enjoy about Nixa football. Stay tuned. Hello, Nixa. Chris Russell coming to you today with a very special alert. Red alert is what we like to call it. Now, that's our logo. I love Nixa, and so does your Nixa Chamber. And we are excited to announce the launch of the official Experience Nixa app. It is 100% up and running right now. And here's the cool thing, Nixa. You're going to find all sorts of information about Nixa, but more importantly, when you download the app, or if you already have it downloaded, go in there and look for the contest to win. Check this out. A $500 shopping spree from Nixa Hardware. Yep, that's exactly right. Just by entering in your information, we're going to give away a $500 shopping spree, and that is going to be awarded on September the 14th. So you're going to want to download that app and get your name in that contest. A couple quick rules on that. Only one entry per email address. Please remember that. So if you have more people who want to enter, just tell them to download the app. For crying out loud, everybody has a phone. And you're going to want this app. It's going to give you information on where to eat, where to shop, where to live, where to play in Nixa. When we have major events such as Nixpo or Citywide Garage Sale, Second Day Music Arts and Crafts Festival, you're going to find information about that event on this app, plus stuff about the schools and the parks and recreation, all sorts of cool things. So download the Experience Nixa app, go to your favorite Play Store, whether the Google Store or the Apple Store, and download it today, enter in the contest, and be watching our Facebook page on September the 14th in the afternoon for the announcement of the big winner. Thank you so much, Nixa, and remember, be vocal for Shop Local. And welcome back to the Nixa Touchdown Club Coaches Show, and I'm excited about having our two seniors with us here tonight. And Big Whiskey's wants to invite you to come back, and they're going to give you a couple of extra free appetizer cards. So next time you guys come in, I hope these aren't the ones where you have to purchase like a whole bunch. Nope, they're good. You got to buy an entree, get a free appetizer. So that's good. Get you a burger and an app. We do appreciate Big Whiskey's for being our sponsor. Also, Jenkins CPA, Greg's Mower Service, all great sponsors. And we were talking off camera. Nixa Dry Cleaners is here tonight. They were actually cleaning the laundry and some of the uniforms the other night, late at night, to help the team get ready for last week's game. So big round and thank you for all of our sponsors who helped make it. If you want more information how you or your organization can be a sponsor of the Touchdown Club, please let us know, and we would appreciate your support, which in turn, guys, you know what supports you guys, right? You remember that day? It was like a really hot day after your scrimmage that you had, and you had all that ice cream Coach Perry brought in. Yeah. You know, we bought that for you. Did you guys enjoy that? That was nice, wasn't it?
Yeah, we did. It was really good.
Okay, guys, so let's talk about it. Senior year here, man. I mean, every minute, every second, every snap, every play counts. You never get this time back. Tell me, what are you enjoying most about your senior year here at Nixa Football? Yeah, you go ahead, Schulte.
Probably just like, I don't know, getting to spend time with all my teammates. You know, it's become like a brotherhood, and I guess we're all just family.
Yeah.
So that time is really important.
How about you, bud? Brower, what do you think, man? What's been some of your favorite things about Nixa Football this season?
I'm gonna agree with Tom. We built such a big family this year. Like last year we were a family, but this year it feels like more of a family. So it's just fun to be a part of that.
So this trench gang, huh? Who come up with that?
Oh, we kind of saw it online.
Okay.
Kind of stole it.
Yeah. All right, so Friday night, you had a big game against Joplin. You guys had some big plays. But what do you think, as you were lining up, and I'm trying to show some of these plays here. Oh, no, hold on a minute. Let me go back to that. If I can get that to play, here we go. So let's watch you in action here. So here we are. What do we got going on here, guys? Call the play.
Wait, this is the first play, so we just have to sell the run. So the quarterback's giving a play action fake and chugging it deep to Kale, so we just got to give him enough time to fake the run and just throw it deep.
Are you calling audibles at this point, or you already know what you're going to do?
We already know what we're doing.
Are you calling audibles at all during the games? On the line?
No.
Not so much. But you're calling out who's blocked who, though, right? You're calling out assignments?
We sometimes, but we all are on the same page that we pretty much know what to do every time.
Brower, what do you think, bud? What do you think about some of these setups we had on Friday night against Joplin?
I think they were really good.
Well, let's watch you here. So you're watching yourself. Let's see how he does coming off the line. You ready? How big was the guy you were up against?
He was really small, but he was fast. And I'm pretty slow, so that was tough.
But you're pretty big.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about that for a minute. I saw something on one of Coach Perry's posts. One of you, what are you squatting right now? What's your deadlift?
My deadlift right now is 585. It's been sitting there for a while.
And where are you at?
I'm at 520.
Okay. What's your bench?
I'm at 330, I think.
Have you seen that program improve over the last couple of years?
Yes.
I mean, Coach Gold has done a great job of getting you guys ready to play on Friday nights, hasn't he?
Yes.
So what does your pregame routine look like? So it's Friday afternoon, school's about ready to get out. You know you're going to be going to Joplin for a game. Tell me what is going through your mind, and how are you preparing mentally and physically?
All right, so physically, we're just trying to stay off our feet and be rested for the game. And mentally, so after school, we usually have a pastor or somebody come and talk to us. Then we'll have our pregame meal. And after that meal, it's usually just resting, putting some headphones in, and listening to music till the game starts.
What about you, Brower?
I don't really listen to music. I just get my head right and try to picture what I'm doing on the line in my head. So
you're doing a mental
Yeah.
check. Yeah, I was watching Hard Knocks the other day, and of course Dak Prescott has been out, and he says he sits back there and he just goes through every play every time. Is that kind of what you're going through?
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting. So let me ask you one more quick question about the game coming up. We got Willard coming up in this coming Friday night, right? You've been up against Willard before. I watched some of the pregame. We're going to get a Coach Wells preview coming up in a few minutes. But what are you doing to prepare for Friday night? Brower, go first.
We're just preparing to really fire off the line and play them like they're any other team. Just get the job done.
Okay. What about you?
Personally, I have nothing against Willard.
Uh-oh, here it comes.
But I'm really mad about how last Friday went, so I'm already mentally prepared to go against Willard and
Somebody needs to
Give it to
leak
him.
this video to the Willard team and whoever is across from
Have
these
it
guys
coming.
and be like, oh my gosh, they're coming after me. Let's get a little intimidation before it goes. All right, so we got to talk about, we always try to do something fun about the coaches, right? We talk to the players, but sometimes we find out maybe something funny about them. I really kind of want to know, when you talk about Coach Nelson, have you ever seen him really, really angry? And what's that look like?
only for like short moments, and usually it's just like if you're not quick enough, like on a pull, like Landon Carson, whenever he first started O-line, struggled on his pulls, and that's the only time I would see Coach Nelson mad. But other than that, usually he stays pretty chill.
Browder, what do you think? Can you give me any fun, crazy, angry, or funny moments? I don't know. I'll take anything.
He doesn't really get mad a lot. Whenever he does, it's really short, but he says a lot of funny stuff that he doesn't really mean to.
Well, give me an example. You got to give us an example.
No.
We can't.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough. Sam, what's your plans after high school, man?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I want to play college, but
All
I
right.
just don't know where.
How about you, bud?
I want to play in college, and then I want to be a football coach.
Okay. Well, I think Coach was talking about that a while ago. Guys, thank you so much for your hard work, your diligence. Stay safe. Keep protecting those quarterbacks and those running backs. They appreciate you. I know for a fact they absolutely love you, okay? And they need to show that to you. I hope they do. I hope they take care of you. Guys, give a round of applause for our two Nixa senior offensive linemen. And we'll be back right after this moment with a final wrap-up here at the Coaches Show.
Hey guys, it's Coach Perry from Nixa High School, head football coach. I wanted to come to you and encourage you to sign up for Youth League football, man. I know I'm partial, but I think football is one of the greatest sports in America to teach you values that will carry on for the rest of your life. We got a lot of great things going on with Nixa football. We would love for you to get involved right now. Sign up, jump on a team, and let's have fun together and watch you grow as a Nixa Eagle so that you can enjoy the fun in our stadium one day as a high schooler. Please sign up, jump on board, be a Nixa Eagle. I would also like to pump our youth camps coming up. If you're not sure about, youth football, maybe you want to try it out, maybe you want to test the waters. We've got a youth camp and we also have a skills and a hog camp. There are two camps you can sign up for to get you a little bit of Nixa football to get you ready for youth football at some point in time. You can find both of those camps on nixaathletics.net website. Fill them out online. Join us. It'll be a fun day.
You don't wanna fight, you best walk away. If you're looking for a fight, step right up to the plate, 'cause here we are, here we are, here we are, here we are.
And welcome back to the Nixa Touchdown Club Coaches Show as we're going to do a wrap-up here. Again, thank you so much for everybody coming out tonight. Don't forget, we do record these shows on Tuesday night at 7 o'clock at Big Whiskey's. We'd love to have a big crowd. Come out and join us. Big Whiskey's a great host. Again, big thanks to Jenkins CPA, Greg's Mower Service for all of their sponsors. But, we were just watching a clip there at break, and it was something that Coach Perry made earlier this year to help promote the youth sports program.
Yeah.
And, Coach, our youth sports program was two things. Keltner Edition, backyard football. That's where
Absolutely.
Chris Reese broke that elbow.
Yeah.
Okay, there's that one. And then, of course, we had the Mighty Mite program.
Right. You guys were like the Keltner Mafia down
Yeah.
there. So, but we had some great games in the backyards, in the street.
Yeah.
Everybody got together and played
We did.
all the time.
Literally, Chris was graduating 88 and I was 93, and I'm playing, kill the man with the ball at
Yes.
that age of 6 or 7 with kids that are in 3rd and 4th and 5th grade,
Yep.
because that's what we did back in the tough days, right?
That's
When we-
right.
Yeah.
When
But
men were-
the youth
men were
program
men.
is new. It is exciting. It's been around for a couple years. How is that going to impact the future of the Nixa program?
Well, I think it's going to impact it tremendously. It's something that that's been talked about and being done for a lot of years, and finally it's happening, and we're seeing a lot of interest in it. And we've got a lot of good volunteer coaches and how they've got that structured, and Coach Martin is kind of overseeing that along with Mrs. House, and then Dustin Baldwin is now a little bit, he's kind of like a liaison to that. He was part of running Republic's program, and he had ran a program in Neosho, and so he has a little bit of background with that. And so I think, just driving by and seeing the numbers and everything, I think it's going to be a tremendous help.
It's
just
be
get
good.
Kids interested, and
Well,
let them
they're-
have fun, and
They're
and
playing
develop.
on the field. They're not playing in the park like we used to do.
Yeah.
And they're getting to don the gear. They're trying to create an atmosphere for them that kind of feels like it's a JV or freshman game or even a 7th or 8th grade game.
Yeah, and it's pretty exciting. We went a couple times last year. I don't think they've started their season yet. I don't think they played their first game yet. But
Well, they ran out of the field that first night
Yeah.
with everybody at
How
Eagle
cool would that
Stadium.
have been
Yeah.
if we got to do that?
Man.
Wouldn't that have been awesome?
That would have been amazing. It would have been so much fun.
Yeah.
I could have ran out for you because, we'd have been out. Never mind. Sorry, Coach. All right,
not
Coach, we
that
got business to do. We talked about what would happen on Friday night, how we've adjusted. We talked to a couple offensive linemen that are key playmakers for your offense and the entire team. Coach, you got Willard. Willard, we're no strangers to. Tell us a little bit about the game. They had 0-2 on the season, another tough loss they had against Republic. What's the key to making sure we win Friday night here at Nixa?
I think we just have to execute. I'm going to give you the typical coach speak stuff. I think our kids are. We've had 2 really good practices so far. Very focused. I think our kids are in tune with what happened Friday night. I think they felt like we should have walked out of there with a victory, and I think that they are hoping that we get back to a point where we see Joplin again later on in district play. But I think our kids are going to be ready to go, and I think you're going to see that on Friday night.
Well, obviously some adjustments are going to be made to the offense without Ramon Green in there, but I almost got to tell you, I think you've got replacement running backs that can get the job done. If it's running game that you're going to need, you're going to have that. It's showing that you have a passing game, so a well-rounded attack is nothing that, Nixa is stacked with talented kids right now.
We do have a lot of talented kids. I'm anxious to see Kaysen in the backfield there. Ryan Ratone's going to be in the backfield a little bit for us, and he's done that a little bit before, but Friday night is geared specifically for the type of runner that Kaysen is, and I think he's going to have a fantastic night.
One thing we failed to mention in the coaches show, it's always fun to talk about, tackles made, talk about big turnovers, touchdowns, passes. Our kicking game looks pretty good.
Yeah. We're Caleb James is doing a fantastic job, and his legs getting a lot of work out. He's playing soccer, a couple nights a week, and he's coming and kicking for us and doing a fantastic job. And if you were at the JV game last night, we have a foreign exchange student from Germany.
Okay.
And that kid's got a leg too. So once he kind of learns a little technique,
it's a big difference maker.
Yes.
When you have somebody that can kick off into the end zone, or we're able to make those field goals or those extra points, consistently. It's a game changer. Kicking game is important.
Definitely an advantage. You flip the field, and it definitely helps your defense. And if defense gets those stops and you're getting to play half the field, it makes a big difference.
Yeah. All right, Coach. Well, we're looking forward to taking this magic marker next week here on the Coaches Show, having Coach Perry come back, and who's visiting his grandbaby, of course, and write in a big number W as we host Willard this coming Friday night. Again, we'd love to have you be at the game. Game time, gates open at 5:30. We'll do that march again.
Yes,
so if
sir.
you want to march with the students, I didn't see very many parents that got into that march.
No, hey, get out there and line up alongside.
Yeah,
and high
join
five
the crowd.
and do
Yeah,
all that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
That starts at 5:30, Friday Night Lights. We're excited about it. Again, big thanks to our host, Big Whiskeys, our sponsors, Jenkins CPA, Greg's Mower Service, and again, Signorama for all their cool sign that they made for us. Zern is here tonight, and Danny.
Have you seen our trailer?
Oh, my gosh. You know what? Yes, Zern, send me a picture of that tonight so I can post it, and I'll
That's
put it into the
fantastic.
show. It is
That's awesome.
beautiful. Yeah. It looks absolutely fantastic, so I appreciate that. Coach, any final thoughts as we exit the show tonight?
Go Nixa.
Go Nixa. Hey, that's it for tonight at the Big Whiskeys at the Nixa Touchdown Club Coaches Show. We'll see you Friday night at Eagle Stadium.
Here we are. We're back again.